At the moment we are in the Limpopo River Canyon. It's such an amazing part of the Limpopo River Basin.
And we are here because we're doing Train the Trainers citizen science training.
When we talk about science, we always think about senior researchers. With citizen science is a great opportunity to involve the knowledge that our communities also have about how can they manage any type of resources. In this case, we are talking about water resources and the ecosystem service that are related with them.
We experience two weather extremes, which is the first one, the flooding, and as well as the droughts. So you find that because of that, these two extremes, in terms of water availability in our communities, they're extremely impacted by these two major conditions.
The biggest problem that we face with water resources is the pollution from the land-based activities, agriculture, sewage works.
Currently, most of the municipalities are just discharging the raw sewage into our water resources, and that is affecting the aquatic ecosystem.
About 9 out of our 12 or 13 rivers are international. We remain vulnerable to these river systems. As a result, we suffer cyclically from floods, high water levels, water scarcity, or drought.
Ou então por escassez de água, neste caso a seca.
LIMCOM is the Limpopo Watercourse Commission, which is an organization working with Mozambique, South Africa, Botswana, Zimbabwe, helping supporting these member states in the integrated management of the water resources and ecosystem service in the basin.
Something that has never been done before, gathering citizen science data on water quality that is going to be monitored by our local communities also creates a sustainable model that can be replicated across various river basins across Africa. So we are looking at 3 tools across the different days that we're here. We're looking at IWMI, which is the opportunity sharing and onboarding platform where the citizen scientists will be able to sign up and have access to different opportunities, as well as it being the platform where the incentives are going to be disseminated to the citizen scientists, where they receive rewards and recognition to feel valued and appreciated for their contributions. We're also looking at MiniSAS as a data collection tool and a data storage tool and a data analysis tool, where they're going to be using it in the field to collect biological data that can inform us about the water health and the water quality. And then we're also looking at the digital twin, which is going to be the data visualization platform where the citizen science data is going to be housed and made accessible to the various water managers and stakeholders who are going to use it for decision making.
The water level changes become immediately visible through the system. The digital platform will allow, we hope it will allow, users to input real-time data based on their observations at any given point. This introduction of citizen science, bringing the community into the monitoring effort, will be very beneficial for water governance.
We hope citizen science will actually aid in that, as the community members will be collecting the data and uploading it to the platforms that we have mentioned, such as Digital Twin, and that will also augment our databases in terms of data continuity.
Was really important to bring government representatives and integrate them in this communication between the government and the local communities, because the governments are the ones that will really move forward with this citizen science project.
People in our community should take active action in doing this kind of trainings because they are educational. They will gain skills, they will learn how to protect our waters and know the value of it.
One of the goals of the Limpopo Watercourse Commission is to uplift the life standards of our communities. The citizen science is a way to achieve our goal.
We can always assist those people by bringing to their knowledge the flow of water into the river and how much the river discharges, and those people we can use the information to prepare ourselves well in advance to avoid disasters like merwalelo or floods, if you like.
What we do is that we usually go around in our villages, and then we monitor the rivers in terms of how fresh the water is. There are specific rivers that we've been designated to go and check. So then after collecting that data, then we send it through for assessment, and then we can be able to come up with mitigation solutions in the conditions that we are facing.
For this training, because it was a training of trainers situation, we handed over the training to them. We helped them build their skills of facilitation so that they could train other people.
You need to be confident, but also you need to make the other person feel comfortable in what you're teaching them, and not use jargon words that the other person doesn't understand, but you let also the community take lead in teaching others of understanding the river health monitoring and how it influences them.
We have been trained, now we understand that it's not that scientific to a point where an ordinary human being can understand. It has been broken down so that even just your ordinary community member can understand.
So given the streams and the rivers that we have, they are very large and they are very many. So it will be very expensive if we're doing this monitoring without the community member. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to use what we already have. We already have the people. If I have 5 people that are already trained, and then they train another 5 people each. Now I have 25 plus my original 5, now we have 30. So it makes it easier to cover a very large area. Now because the community members are the ones who are doing the work, they understand much better. They're not just doing it for the monitoring purposes, but to also improve their livelihoods.
We are trying to understand better the communities that we are working with so that we can tailor the tools to their needs and how they're going to be using them.
So we always start with an exercise where we ask people to talk about their environmental concerns, and we use that as part of the training to give us an idea of where their base level of knowledge is. And I'm always surprised at how in-depth people can talk about what they know.
Talk to the people in your groups about 5 things. How is your environmental concern affected by social issues? What are the economic aspects? Money-wise, how does it affect us financially? How is it affected by culture? Historic, does it have any historic reasoning? And then environmental, which will probably be the easiest.
The moment you start integrating your crops with that contaminated water, then your crops are going to be contaminated.
It will improve the different.
I'm leading the efforts in doing data collection for the research activities for the project. So we are collecting 2 types of data. We are conducting surveys on the Multi-Dimensional Digital Inclusivity Index, the MDII, and this really is to evaluate how digitally inclusive the citizen science tools that we are proposing be used by the communities are. We already know that in a lot of these rural and remote areas, participants may potentially struggle with internet connectivity or not having smartphones to upload the data. Just trying to be cautious in not widening the digital divide. So we want to create a system that is inclusive for everyone, where everyone can participate so that no one is left behind. We will also be conducting focus group discussions to gather and solicit feedback on a community level so we can identify common patterns and trends, understanding in more detail why the community prefers certain incentives over others, so that we're also able to make informed decisions into how we select the ones we're going to use for the UMA platform.
I know this is just the start. This has potential to grow so much bigger, and I'm really excited to see what's going to happen in the future.